Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, more news for the upcoming Path of Exile 1 event. The name is going to be the Legacy of
Phrecia.
Phrecia. Phrecia. Okay, Legacy of the Phrecia is going to be the name of the event, and today we got the first glance and the first two ascendancy, which is going to be the Harbinger of the Witch and the Gambler on the Duelist. They actually bring a Gambler ascendancy, and if you are like, yo, bro, this is your ascendancy, they made an ascendancy for you, the Gambler. But no, unfortunately, the one thing that I hate the most is conditional stuff in build creation and stuff, right? And the Gambler is basically the exact opposite that I would ever think about playing. But let's take a look at the info here. Since we announced our plans for the Path of Exile 1 event a couple of days ago, we've been working on implementing all the ideas we've got for new ascendancies. The event has also received an official name, the Legacy of
Phrecia.
to commemorate the great emperor and the inspiration he gave us. Over the next few days, we'll be showcasing all the ascendancy classes we camp up with. But as the start, take a look at the Harbinger and the Gambler. Please note that these are still work in progress and might be adjusted closer to the start of the event. We have the Harbinger of for the Witch. Become a Harbinger, manipulating the bounds of reality itself. The Harbinger specializes in time magic as well as summoning Harbinger allies from their home world to assist you in combat. As a bonus, you also get to fly and be blue. So we have, I have no, sorry to not be able to pronounce this kind of language, but what do we have? Let's start from the top and go clockwise. So we have the increased energy shield recovery rate and increased mana rate. This is pretty much from this one belt. Wait a second. Harbinger belt, PoE 1. We should probably find something. The Flow Untethered. This is like a belt that was or is in PoE 1, and it pretty much says exactly that with the recovery rate as well as the other stuff that we're gonna talk in a second. We have 40% increased cooldown recovery rate. Now, this is actually insane. Getting a lot of increased cooldown recovery rate is not really easy at all. I think the Saboteur Ascendancy has one with 30%, but in the end of the day, builds are very reliant on cooldown recovery rate. Yeah, they are very starved on that stat, so 40% is actually insane. Thinking about, you know, internal cooldown of a Doom Blast from Impending Doom or Fire Burst cooldown and so on and so forth. So that is very, very interesting. Then we have the Summons Greater Harbinger of Time skill. I don't know if this is the one from this build, actually. The Harbinger of Time. So this is basically a buff that you get. I think it's like kind of like a onslaught thing where you get like cast speed, movement speed, or something like that, or action speed in that case. And in PoE 1, that also affects your movement speed. So that was kind of like to get your character speedy. Then we have the Summon Greater Harbinger of Focus. I have no idea what that thing is going to be. Buffs on you expire 30% slower, and debuffs on you expire 30% faster. I don't know. Maybe it's something. Immune to curses while channeling, unaffected by chill while channeling, unaffected by shock while channeling. I don't think that this would ever be worth it taking for an ascendancy, because you can get those things on other things or under items. But then we have one that is actually very huge. 100% increased area of effect of hex skills, and temporal changes no reservation if cast as an aura. And for some freaking reason, I wanted to play Impending Doom in a private league, because, I don't know, I just like the playstyle and the tankiness and everything that comes with Impending Doom. And now there is an ascendancy giving you increased cooldown recovery rate, lowering the internal cooldown of the Doom Blast, as well as a 100% increased effect of hex skills, which means you're gonna be able to generate those big massive overlaps again. So I think Impending Doom Harbinger is probably what I'm looking at right now. And then we have the Greater Harbinger of Arcane skill. I don't know what that thing is going to be either, but just for the sake of Impending Doom, this is actually, you get more speed, you have the CDR, you have your increased Hex of Curse, because at the moment, if you want to still be able to get your overlaps, I think you need like 4.8 AoE on your Curse skill. You need like Mirror, not Mirror of Calandra, you need to get this Delve modifier with up to 40% increased area of effect of hex skills, and then you can what is this weird item where you can like get upside and downsides, basically the mists thingy, and then you can try to get up to like 80% increased effect of curses, and this is how you are still able to get those overlaps. But with this ascendancy, you probably don't even need a ring, needs to be PUB'd. And then we have the Gambler. Are you the kind of player who likes to play against the odds? I mean, I think I am. This is the perfect class for risk lovers who want to experience the highest of highs, the potential, the lowest of lows. The Gambler specializes in betting on a high payoff and having having Lady Luck take control. Okay, what is this? So, we have the chance to avoid elemental ailments and avoid being stunned. Very, very nice. Because it's not that easy anymore to get completely ailment avoidant immune, but with this ascendancy should be rather easy. Then we have risky exploit. You have 25 to all elemental resistance. I don't think this is actually bad at all, because if it would be 25 to maximum elemental resistance, that will be another topic. And then you have 50% chance for elemental resistance to count as being 90% against enemy hits. This is always a bit wonky, because if it says hits, it doesn't count any dots, burning ground, any degens, you know, and this is usually kind of like bad. Then we have the reverse odds. Hits have 50% chance to treat enemy monsters' elemental resistance values as inverted. This is actually a mastery for 25%. Huge damage gain when it comes to that, if you're not playing with like I don't know how many curse setups and trying to get the lower elemental resistance, because if a monster has like 50 lightning rest, for example, and then it's inverted, means it has minus 50, so that is actually a very huge increase, and I assume it's additive with the one from items and the skill tree itself. Then we have the overly confident. Damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky while you're in low life. Obviously, that would be a low life playstyle. This doesn't really have a downside, because you know when you build a low life, you have your you know, with what is it, petrified blood, progenesis. I don't know. There's countless ways to make a decent low life build. Then we come, so the right side is actually not even that bad, but now let's talk about the left side. Tails. Chance to block spell damage is unlucky, while your chance to block attack damage is lucky, while heads is chance to block spell damage is lucky, and chance to block attack damage is unlucky. I don't know, like, why would you gamble on blocking or not? Either you're blocking and you make a block character where your block chance might be lucky with the Svalin. I don't know where the interaction is, because I think with the Svalin shield, your chance to block is lucky. I don't know how this counters with lucky versus unlucky if you have both, if both are just like annulled or annihilated or whatever, or if there's first a lucky block and then the unlucky block or anything like that. Then we have this spectacular parlay. Your critical strike chance is lucky, but damage with hits is unlucky. Which is kind of like weird, because I don't get the point of this ascendancy. Maybe I'm just stupid or haven't really thought about it, but if your damage, which is including your critical strikes, if it would be your crits are lucky but your non-crits are unlucky, that would make sense, you know? But then you would just make crit character and just have like massive upsides, because if you have like a 90% crit, who cares if your non-crits would be unlucky, you know? But if your damage is unlucky but your crits are lucky, then your damage is still, your crit is still a damage, right? So it's still unlucky, lucky, something. I don't know, maybe I'm just too stupid for that. And then we have the growing accumulator, which is 15% chance to deal triple damage, 30% chance to deal double damage, but deal 25% less damage, which is also like a bit weird, because the 25% less damage is a global modifier which reduces all your damage before getting a triple damage or double damage, but still double or triple damage with, for example, Masterful Form Slayer, which is not going to be in the league because there is no Slayer in that case, right? But just for understanding purposes, you get a lot of triple damage, and this is insane, you know, with the Maven belt. It's actually crazy. But yeah, this is basically what they have for us today, and which ascendancy should we showcase next? Vote in this news post to let us know, and here you have like the Daughter of Ushabi, the Servant of Arakali, and Disciple of the Trial Master. I'm gonna go with, Arakali could be some Poison Chaos stuff, that might be nice, but Trial Master sounds weird. I go for Trial Master. And security tokens expired. Yeah, I'm lucky I have to vote again. And then, given how rapidly we're putting the legacy of
Phrecia
Event together, it's hard to be certain on timelines, but we'll announce early next week when this event will be running, including as many details about it as possible. And then, oh, and one more thing, what is this? I personally have no idea. It has to do something with the Atlas. Maybe it has to do something with an ascendancy. Maybe you get the Trial Master or the Trials of Sekima's ascendancy, and you can put relics to buff your maps or something like that. I have no clue. I'm gonna post the link here in the description below, so make sure you're voting. I'm not gonna make any decisions as of right now because I want to see all the ascendancies, because it totally should be 19, I think. And I want to see what else is there. But currently, I'm definitely going with the Impending Doom Harbinger, because these notes are just insanely good for Harbinger. What is your prediction on your or idea about the builds? Let me know in the comments below, because it's always nice to have some fresh ideas, because I'm like a bit I have a bit of a tunnel vision there, because if I know I want to play Impending Doom, then I don't think about many other builds, and then I'm like, okay, this is good, this is good, this is good, that's what I'm going to play. But as I said, let's see what the other 17 ascendancies bring to the table, because there is no Elementalist with Shaper of Flames, like all damage can ignite. I don't think it's going to be an EK Ignite angle, unless there is other ascendancies that, I don't know, Servant of... what is a good fire boss? Like Kitava, and then you have like all damage can ignite from all sources and will always ignite, and I don't know, maybe something like that. We're gonna see. I'm still hyped about this event. It's gonna be super funny, and I hope you're as excited as I am, and I hope it doesn't take too long to get this released. I'm looking for end of February maybe, or start of March. That would be quite nice. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.